We have a rear-facing only infant seat here. One thing you'll notice is if you buy the seat new, you will have the registration card that will come attached onto the harness. You want to make sure you fill that out and send that into the company. That's important for them to be able to notify you if there's a recall on the seat or if there's anything that you need to be aware of. Take off the base. There are two ways that you're able to install the child restraint in the car. You want to read the owner's manual of the child restraint so that you know you're using the correct one for your vehicle. Most of the time you're not going to use both, so you have to choose either the lower anchors or the seat belt. So we'll show the lower anchors first. You're going to position the base on the seat and check for the angle on the car and make sure it's in the proper angle. Then you'll take the lower anchors, make sure the heavy part is on top, and hook that on to the bar. You'll repeat the same thing on the other side. And then you find your tightening strap on the lower anchors. And you're just gonna put a reasonable amount of pressure onto the seat and pull the slack out. On this car seat, we have a tension door, so we're gonna close the tension door and we test at the belt path, and we do not want the seat to be moving side to side. You will have a little bit of movement back here, and that's normal. You're looking for it to be tight at the belt path, and it should not move more than 1 inch from side to side or away from the vehicle seat. Now we're gonna show you how to put the infant base in with the seat belt. You're going to take the seat belt and follow the belt path that's identified by labels on the side of the seat. We're going to pull the retractor all the way out so that we engage the locking component. We're checking it to make sure it's locked. We're going to put reasonable force down on the base, pull slack out of the seat, feed that slack up back into the retractor, and we test it at the belt path, and it should be tight and not move more than 1 inch from side to side or away from the vehicle seat. Once the base is installed in the car, we're going to put the carrier in and put the baby in there. When you're putting a child in the car seat rear facing, you want to make sure you're using a harness position that is at or below the child's shoulders. Some car seats have automatic harnesses that go up and down the back. Others have single slots that you have to put the harness through. If you need to change the harnesses, flip the seat over and you will notice that there is a metal splitter plate. You can slide the harness off and feed the harness through the appropriate slot along the back of the seat, and then reattach the harness. On many rear-facing only seats, you have two options. You have a newborn loop that's in here, and then an older child loop at the end. So if you need to extend it to the bottom loop, because of the size of the child, you're able to do that. We're going to put the carrier onto the base. And then we will put the baby in. So we're checking to make sure that the harness slot that we're using is at or below the baby's shoulder level, so this slot is correct. We are going to take the harness and we're going to pull the harness tight so that there is no slack that can be pinched up at the child's shoulders. And then we're going to position the chest clip level with the child's armpits. Once we have that, we'll do a final pinch test to make sure the harness is snug. Slide the baby in the car. When it's chilly outside, remember we don't want to put the baby in a car seat with a snowsuit or a jacket, anything that may account for the harness to have to be loosened. It's best to put the child in the car seat in their regular clothes and then either put the jacket on backwards or use a blanket to cover them up until the car warms up.